guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that I have never mentioned in any of my videos or in my Q&A about me. It's really personal to me, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it just starting out on YouTube, or did I want to wait until later. But I decided, I just felt like I needed to go ahead and talk about it and put it out there, because so many women have either been through it, or maybe you're going through it right now. And these are just these are kind of videos that I had to watch when I was going through it, to get just like encouragement and get hope that everything will turn out fine, and also to get just some information on, are they experiencing what I'm experiencing, and how did it turn out for them. So most of you, well, all of you do not know, but I have had 2 miscarriages, and they were both in the same year, pretty back to back. Not too back to back, but I mean, it's a lot to like take in a year. So I just wanted to talk about my miscarriage story, or miscarriages, and I'm gonna try really hard to like keep it really not TMI, but I can't make a promise, so it could get a little TMI, and if it's something you don't want to hear or know about, then I suggest you probably don't need to watch this video. But I mean, if you've been through it or anything like that, then these symptoms and these things that our bodies go through when we're experiencing it, the way our bodies function, I mean, we all go through it, so it's not like it's a big shocker or anything too much. But like I said, it could get a little TMI, so if you're not into that, then please go find another one of my videos to watch that may be a little more of something you would rather see. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, and I'm gonna do my very best to not get too like brain scattered, because I didn't take any notes or anything. A lot of it I still remember like it was yesterday. My dates might be a little bit off, but I'm gonna do my very best. So if you don't know, I have an 8-year-old who was born in August, on August 26th, 2010. And then my second daughter, my youngest, was born September 19th, 2013. So I am going to go ahead and say it was mid-March of like 2015, yeah. I was late, and so I went ahead and I took quite a few tests, and most of them were faint positives, so some like I couldn't even hardly see anything without like holding it up to the light or like just staring at it until I feel like I really am seeing something. And I know we have all probably did that. And so, but I did finally get around the end of March a very, very positive on several tests. So I went ahead and I called and made an appointment, and I was going to be seen May the 3rd. So I had to wait quite a while to get in, because it was just too early to go in right away. And my OB didn't think I would have any issues because I've had 2 healthy daughters back to back before with no complications. So I don't think she was too worried about getting me in right away. It was I'm sorry. We went in on May the 3rd, and I had already had, like, I was planning on, like, as soon as we had our ultrasound, and everything was confirmed and looked good, I had t-shirts made for my girls, saying big sister and then middle sister, and we were gonna do like a reveal for our pregnancy. So and at this point, like, I didn't have any like spotting or bleeding or anything like that, nothing out of the usual. So we went in and we had our ultrasound done, and during the ultrasound, the tech said she kept looking and looking. Of course, I had the internal ultrasound done. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but that's what I had done, and she looked and looked and looked, and I mean, we've had this done twice before, so normally, you know, we see stuff, we hear the heartbeat, we get photos and all that great stuff, and that did not happen. She just kept looking and looking, and then she was like, go ahead and get dressed again. I'm gonna go and talk to your OB, and we're gonna have you go into another room, and we're gonna have her talk to you. And at that point, we knew something was not right. And so we went into the room, and she came in, and she basically told us that and I'm gonna try to explain this the best I can. The egg did attach to my uterus. I guess that's how it's called. I'm not sure. It did attach, but it never fertilized or anything like that. It implanted, but it never fertilized or grew. So there was just basically nothing there. And so that was really, it was just so devastating. Like, at first we weren't sure, like, how, like, we were going to, because we weren't trying. We weren't sure how we were going to make it work with the 3rd child, but after a while we were both really excited, and we were looking forward to it and making plans. And so just to hear that, and because I've never experienced it before, and I really didn't think I ever would, it was a lot to take in. I cried a lot up there, and came home, and I had my grandma and my mother watch the girls for us for at least like a night or 2, I think, because I just wanted to be alone. And I did. I was alone for just laying up in bed, either crying, or I've cried so much I can't cry anymore, and I felt numb, and I was so upset. I was so angry. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was so angry with why, like, and questioning why would God do this. And it took a while to kind of start getting over it, and I knew it was going to take even longer to get over it because I had decided to go in and have a D&C done. So it was probably and this was like coming up on Mother's Day weekend when we found this out. So I think literally 2 days later, she told me to go home and think about if I wanted to have the D&C or did I want to just wait and let it pass naturally. So I called 2 days later and I said, I want to go ahead and get a D&C done. I just want to get it done. And I don't want to go through all of that. So that Monday, I went in for my D&C. And it was, oh my gosh, it was traumatizing for me because I remember this dream so well. They took me back and they put me to sleep, and I had the most vivid dream ever that, like, we gave birth to a boy. And so when I woke up and I realized that it was just a dream and the procedure is over, I am no longer pregnant or whatever you want to call it. I still personally feel like I was pregnant. Oh my gosh. It was just so, like, something I never wanted to go through again. So, fast forwarding to January. Yeah, it was, I want to say it was sometime in January. Maybe the close to the end, or I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure exactly what date. I just knew it was somewhere in January. January, I had came up on my period, and it was just literally 2 days of spotting, like just barely anything. And I thought that was really, really weird because I'm pretty regular, and I'm pretty not heavy, but you know, I know it's my period. And so I was just having like a light pink spotting, and sometimes it actually was kind of more red than pink. And it was also, like they always say, you could be just having period or implantation spotting if you just get like a little bit on your toilet paper, or you know, your panty liner like barely has a drop in it in a day. It wasn't like that super light, but it was light enough to where it was like literally like into the second day it was gone, it was over. And I thought that was really weird. I wasn't having any other symptoms really, and so I went ahead and bought a pregnancy test, or a box of like 2 or 3 pregnancy tests, and they all came back very, very, very positive. I mean, there was absolutely no doubt that I was pregnant again. And we had been kind of trying to conceive, but like we weren't actually doing a whole bunch of planning and making sure we do it in my fertile window and when I'm, you know, ovulating or anything like that. We were just kind of, but we weren't preventing it either. So anyway, I had went ahead and made another doctor's appointment, and I was probably only like maybe 3 or 4 weeks along, so it was going to be about the middle, kind of the middle, I want to say, of February, when I was going to go in for my appointment again. And it was kind of hard thinking because I was so scared. Me and my husband were so scared that this could possibly happen again. And we really wanted to get in earlier because of it. So she did kind of move me a little earlier up, but she said the chances of not being able to have a healthy full pregnancy again was really slim because I already had 2 really good ones and I never had a problem. So about two weeks later, 2 or 3 weeks later, I started spotting. First, it was just like some light spotting. I didn't think much about it because I did have spotting before I found out I was pregnant with my oldest, Abby. And anyway, and then it started, and this is when the TMI comes in. I started getting really heavy blood clots, and my bleeding was getting heavier, it was getting darker, and I eventually passed a blood clot that, I mean, this is so gross sounding, but I fished it out of the toilet and put it in a container, and I was going to take it to my doctor because it literally looked like the fetus in the sack. Like, it was hard. It looked like nothing, no blood clot I have ever seen in my life. And so yeah, I did that, and I just knew. I don't know why, but I just knew something was not right. So I went, and my OB couldn't see me at that time, so they sent me to the emergency room. I went in and I had my blood work drawn, and they said it looked okay right now, but come in the next day and we're going to do it again. So I came in the next day, and actually, I take that back. That one huge blood clot, or whatever it was that I saved, happened the night after getting my first blood drawn. And that's when I knew, like, my pregnancy was over. So I went in, and they took my blood again, and sure enough, my levels were just going down really fast. And the doctor or the nurse, whoever it was that was in the emergency room, asked me, because I told her I'd had a D&C and everything done. She asked me, did my doctor give me a shot after my D&C? And I said, no, I don't remember having a shot. So she called over at my doctor's office, and sure enough, my doctor never gave me this shot. And it's a Rogaine shot. It's a Rh positive shot for Rh positive blood types of the fetus, and if the mother is Rh negative, then they need that shot, or else the pregnancy is not going to happen. And so I never got the shot when I should have, and I was furious. I was so livid and upset because this could have been prevented. I love my OB. I don't blame her at all for it. You know, it was what it was. I believe God does everything for a reason, and apparently this just was not meant to be right now in our lives, either one of them. But it's still super hard to this day thinking that we missed out on at least one new edition, and we had 2 shots, and it didn't happen. So anyway, I just wanted to share those 2 stories. I'm praying that one day the time will be right and we will successfully have have a healthy pregnancy and have our third and final child. I used to think I only wanted two, but I don't think I'm ever going to be able to fully move forward from my miscarriages if I don't ever succeed in having that third child. That never happened. So, in a nutshell, I try to make that quick and pretty, like, not gory because, like I said, I didn't have any scary, huge amounts of blood coming out or anything like that. But still, some people are just gonna like, ew, I don't really want to hear that. So anyway, that's my miscarriages story. And if you've gone through anything like it before, I would love to hear in the comments below, if you don't mind, you know, what helped you get through it, and did you have a successful pregnancy in the future? And just let's just support each other as mothers. I think that's really important, and this is something I wanted to do when I decided to start my YouTube channel. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here, but if you liked this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up and just really kind comments, please. If you don't have a kind comment, just please don't say anything at all. Yes, please like it, and please comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you haven't joined my channel and you would like to subscribe, I would love to have you. And until next time, you guys, I will see you. All right.